Hey everyone, thanks for joining us this week at the Bee's Knees podcast.
This week, we're talking about Eurovision. We like talking about a whole lot of topics. Join us if you please, cause we're the Bee's Knees, oh yeah.
So obviously we're going to be getting into Eurovision, the Story of Fire Saga.
Obviously.
But first I wanted to just talk about our first exposure really to Eurovision.
Our first exposure.
So this was 2015. It was shortly after our youngest was born. And I was at home while you were at work. And I somehow managed to fall down a YouTube rabbit hole.
Somehow.
And I stumbled upon Still in Love with You by Electro Velvet. And that was UK's submission into Eurovision.
Yeah, and you listen to this song so much.
It was such a bop. I was just like dancing around and like it's so upbeat. It makes you happy. I just loved it. And then looking back on it now, it's like such a random song.
It's like just a mixture of swing, techno, house music.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird song.
It's a weird song. But I enjoyed it, and I still kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, when we were revisiting it and like re-listening to just a bunch of things, I also really like it.
It's so upbeat and fun.
That's it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So diving into Eurovision, formally we're talking about Eurovision, the Story of Fire Saga.
Yeah.
Which is a new movie on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's amazing.
Yeah, but also if you haven't watched it, we're going to be talking about stuff that you probably shouldn't hear if you plan on watching it.
This is your official spoiler warning for Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. Last chance to get out and watch the movie.
Yeah.
All right, so I love this movie.
Yeah, so do I. I think it's great.
So I'm a huge fan of Will Ferrell, and this is like the best thing he's done in like 14 years. He had just a phenomenal stretch between it's like 2002 and 2008. Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers,
Blades of Glory.
There's so many good movies that he made in the early 2000s, and then just a whole bunch of just mediocre stuff. And it was just kind of him just doing the same thing because it's what he did.
And he was good at it.
Yeah.
See, I'm not so much like a huge Will Ferrell fan as I'm a huge Rachel McAdams fan.
So there's a little something for both of us.
Yeah. Like, I don't dislike Will Ferrell. I feel like there's a lot of people that you either love him or hate him. And I fit in the middle somehow. Like, there are some things that I appreciate and like I find some things funny, like Elf. I love Elf at Christmas time.
Everybody loves Elf.
Yeah. But then there's other things that I don't really care about so much. Like, I don't really like Anchorman.
Oh my God.
I will watch it and like I don't hate it, but I just don't appreciate the humor as much as you do.
Man, 60% of the time it works every time. You don't get that reference, do you?
I know that it's from the movie and that's good enough.
Who said it?
I don't know.
Paul Rudd.
Okay.
All right, back on point. We love this movie because it's got people we like in it. Mm-hmm. It's got music in it, which we love. We love to sing. We like, honestly, the soundtrack for this movie.
It's the best.
I play it all the time over dinner.
The kids sing these songs.
The kids sing the worst song. And it's like, I can't say enough about it. It's great.
Yeah. The theatrics of it. Like, it's not just the songs. It's the songs, the costumes, the just craziness of it, the performances. Yeah, it's just all of it's just great.
Yeah, so in general, great movie. To be a bit more specific, what are a few of your favorite parts of the movie?
Obviously, Husavik.
Obviously, it's the grand finale.
Yeah.
It's obviously going to be the showstopper.
Like, we all had goosebumps. Shivers, like maybe a little tear.
I was weeping. I wept for Husavik.
It was magical, that moment. Honestly, like, there isn't one specific moment that is my favorite. Like, all of Rachel McAdams' scenes are great because she's just so cute and quirky, and her whole fascination with the elves, she's just like adorable, and I can't handle it.
They always go too far.
They always go too far.
The elves went too far. And I'm sorry if you haven't seen this movie and you're still listening anyway.
It's their own fault now.
Yeah. My favorite part is when they find out that they were accepted into the Eurovision contest.
Right.
So he runs up the tower and he rings this, like, the Husavik danger bell, basically.
Yeah, bell of emergencies.
Yeah, the bell of emergencies. And he's ringing it. And then he's just like, we're in. And then it just quick cuts to him in jail.
Yep.
He's arrested. And then she comes in and she's like, come on, be a cool guy. Let him go.
Let him go.
And it works.
Yeah. That's because she's cute. And they're all like, oh, okay, fine, secret. We'll do it for you. But just for you, not for him. We don't like him. We'll do it for you.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite parts. Then my other favorite part is just, I think his name is Olaf. And he's just, the only thing he lives for is the song JaJa Ding Dong. And like they're just like, hey, we're going to play our entry for the Eurovision Song Contest. And he's just like, no, play JaJa Ding Dong. You must play JaJa Ding Dong. That's all I want to hear, JaJa.
Yeah,
Ding Dong.
He's so aggressive and angry about it. And it's amazing. I love that.
And like it's to the point where like they've just played the song.
He wants it again.
They go out for a break and he comes out to the door and he's just like, hey, come play JaJa Ding Dong again. And they're like, no, we just played it. We're taking a break. He's like, you will not break. You play JaJa Ding Dong. And they're like, oh, fine, we'll play JaJa Ding Dong. And just the passion this man has for JaJa Ding Dong.
But it's not just the passion. It's the aggressive passion.
Yeah. For a song that's about sex.
Yeah. Who doesn't want that?
I mean, it's probably the most played song on the album, even beyond Husavik. So.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song from the movie that, I mean, they're kind of answering it right here, that's not Husavik?
It's JaJa Ding Dong.
JaJa Ding Dong. Honestly, I think mine is Lion of Love because, one, his voice is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It's just such a theatrical opera voice.
Yep.
But put into a modern setting, and it's so weird. And I just love the high note he ends on for no apparent reason. Mm-hmm. It's a gay old time.
I thought that you were going to pick the volcano.
Oh yeah, oh man, every song is so good.
You can't pick a favorite.
No, I can't.
They're all good for different reasons.
For Volcano Man, it's just this random song about this mythical volcanic protector of Iceland. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing starts off with them making a music video for this song.
Yep.
Full makeup, like he's got this blue band around his eyes.
It's so dramatic.
He's got these giant like shoulder pads, and like it's just such a spectacle. They're on like volcanic plains with like geysers erupting behind them. Just again another quick cut, which they have a lot of really well done quick cuts in this movie, but just quick cuts to them just in their basement. They blew a fuse in his house because
it was all just in their head.
Yeah, it was just imaginary. And to me, it's the fact that I'm guessing Will Ferrell insisted to go to just these volcanic plains, dress up in this just ridiculous costume, and make this banging music video for a bit.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, Fire Saga is not making this video.
No.
They aren't there. It's a bit.
Yeah, it's all a bit.
It's like a 45-second thing, and I love it. Next thing I have here. What is your favorite fake band from the movie that is not Fire Saga?
Probably Alexander Lemtov, because of what we already said. Like, his performance was just like, it was indescribable, really. Like, I mean, like, it was kind of ridiculous, but also just like really impressive.
Yeah.
His whole character is really funny.
Yeah.
So I would say him, and he's really the only other character that's in the contest that you actually get to know. Like, there's a little bit where you get to know Mita, but it's not to the same extent that you get to know Alexander.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who my favorite fake band is. Because who is there? There's the...
It's probably that one that was the Moonfang one.
Oh, yeah, that was... honestly, yes, because when I first saw them, they popped out at me.
Yeah.
So this band Moonfang, it's based off of a real band that competed in Eurovision, but they dress up in like full costume, and it's just the band they're based off of is a Finnish hard rock / metal band.
Yeah.
But in this, they add like a female singer so you can actually understand the words.
In the actual band, the pianist or the keyboard player is female. You just can't tell because she looks like an ogre.
Yeah, but she's not singing.
She does
Like,
like
she does
backup.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like they had this girl come and be the lead vocalist, so you could understand. It's just a little more like audience you can reach with that. It's a little more general populace. But that's a little sumptuous of me. Anyways, the movie Eurovision Song Contest, Story of Fire Saga, did a very good job of just capturing the essence of the real Eurovision Song Contest, which, I mean, it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
We didn't know really how big it was.
Yeah, to what extent.
Yeah, like we saw a music video from a contesting song.
Yeah.
We didn't see like the stage and just the volume of it.
Right.
So a few things we wanted to kind of bring up.
Oh my God.
What?
The way you say bring up.
Shut up. You're making fun of me.
It was cute.
Okay, good. Anyways, a few things we wanted to bring up. Cameos. You threw me off. Cameos. We wanted to bring up cameos from this movie from people who were in the Eurovision Song Contest. Some of these people have won the contest. Some of them just highly ranked. Either way, they were in the movie because of that. So there is Conchita Wurst, who was a winner of the Eurovision Song Contest in 2014. There was Loreen, who I think she won in 2012. Netta, who also won in... I guess these are all winners.
Yeah.
So she won in 2018. And Jamala, who won in 2016.
Yeah, and there were like a ton others during that
Several.
song along or whatever it was called.
Yeah, literally several other people.
Yeah.
Who were just in it, won it, just all about that Eurovision.
Yeah, and like even not in the song along, like there were some that had cameos just like playing piano on the street or like...
Yeah, that was Salvador Sobral, and he won in 2017. And then he was just a street busker in the movie.
Yeah. So lots of cameos from lots of different artists from the real Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, and there was also some acts in the movie that were, I don't know if they were inspired by...
Just heavily influenced.
Or just straight up like, this is this band.
Yeah.
The Greek participant in the contest, Mita, in her final performance, she wears like a full spacesuit. And like she has it's like lit with green on the inside. The stage is all green, and like when we were just looking over videos from the real Eurovision contest, there was a band Igranka, I'm probably saying that wrong, from Montenegro, and there was two guys who had full spacesuits lit with green.
Yep.
The stage was green.
Yep.
Like it was a mirror of it. The only thing that was different was because it was a movie and it needed to just kind of go that extra step, she took off her spacesuit and got sexy.
Oh, did she ever?
The band Moonfang in the movie, they are the metal hard rock band Lordi that won in 2006.
Yeah, like they had the same costume kind of thing. They looked like the orcs from Lord of the Rings. Yeah. The resemblance was just uncanny of like how closely they were.
Yeah, really. I mean, really those are the biggest similarities between those bands. One lesser similarity was one with Alexander Lemkov.
Yeah.
He was just strikingly similar in some ways to, I think his name's Caesar.
Yeah. From Romania.
Yeah, so this guy, he started off with the same kind of theatrical, like, just low opera voice. And then this thing that this Alexander Lemkov character has is he just loves to do, like, a roll from just really down low, way up high. So,
you scared me a little bit there.
I can't do it, but, like...
Obviously.
But he could, and he did it all the time. And... this Caesar guy, he started the song off with that, but then he just stayed up high.
Yeah.
He didn't come back down. So that's why it's like a lesser similarity.
Well, I would say that the similarities, like, yeah, there's that in the vocals, but then there's the similarities also in the costume. Like Alexander Lemtov's costume, it's just like that open jacket with the bare chest underneath, and it's the same thing for Cesar.
Yeah, just this big shouldered sequin.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. Like a
blazer? Yeah. And also in both performances they have like the dancers around the side, the very theatrical dancers dancing around them, and they're kind of just standing there dancing. And like in the movie, again, like for more presentation and theatrical aspects of it, they have Alexander Lemtov actually kind of engaging with the dancers, but in the real Eurovision, he was just standing there while the dancers were just kind of moving around him.
Like, I'm pretty sure he was standing on a pedestal just in one spot the whole time.
Yeah, I think so.
Which was kind of awkward. He didn't do too well, though.
No.
So he does not get added to our list of winners who got referenced in the movie.
Take that, you talented artist, you.
Yeah, you guy with a crazy high falsetto. And honestly, that's all the similarities that I could see.
Yeah.
At least that I'm aware of, because, I mean, we didn't really know about Eurovision until this movie.
Yeah.
Apart from a song.
One song, yeah.
Yeah. During our dive into the real songs to kind of figure out what was inspired by real performances and stuff, we found like a medley of songs that stood out.
Yeah.
Either they were very good, very weird.
Yep.
Just bizarre. There's some bizarre things. It's funny because the Eurovision Song Contest, it started in like the late 50s, early 60s. And there was like 15 countries that were participating. So it was not a big contest at all.
No.
One, because it was just starting. But also like the songs were just so, like it was just like a lady standing on the stage singing a song. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a spectacular, it wasn't a performance. It was just, here is my song.
Yeah. And then like in the 70s, it got very 70s.
Did it ever. Like they, like that's when they started having like the lineup of 4 people just like swaying and bopping and like
snapping and
doing that one little like side slide thing and then pop back into place.
They also had like a crazy leg thing, like one leg would be bouncing like nuts.
Oh yeah. It's funny because the one you're referring to came from the early 2000s.
Did it?
That one where they were all just bopping their leg up and it had the saxophone guy?
No, I was talking about like they were all blonde. The guys had like very Beatles-esque hair. Kind of reminded me of like the Brady Bunch almost.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Bell bottoms.
The point is, they kept that trend up until the early 2000s. But yeah, so like it just kind of progressed as music did, just to getting more of a show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it really took off in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Getting theatrics into
like
it.
Lights and like
smoke.
Yeah, just everything you think of a
theatrical performance.
Yeah, and it just became great. So kind of within those last few years is where kind of our list of songs that we kind of picked off are. So one I have on this list is Caesar singing It's My Life, which is his song where he starts off nice and low, singing a little chorus, and then he just raises it up and just holds it for the whole song, and he just goes
Keeps
and
it
goes.
There. Mm-hmm.
And like, it's weird, man. It's weird. But we already talked about that, so I'm not going to waste any more time with it. Next one on the list is, I don't remember what their formal title is because it's Russian, but they're just like a bunch of Russian babushkas, or like babushki, babushkai. I don't know. I don't speak Russian. But basically, they're the Buranova grannies.
Yeah.
Is the whatever that in Russian is what they're called.
Yep.
So it's just like a lineup of just old women from Russia, all wearing just very old timey Russian outfits.
Yep.
Just singing this like crappy song, and then all of a sudden this beat comes in. And it's just like a Russian chant
it's
song.
It's a party for everybody.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
And it was just so weird because it's just like, it's obviously a shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Like Russia was like, here are these grandmas singing a bad song. They're not even in key. They're not even in the same key as each other. But you can't really hear it over the music, and the music is what got it. They came in second.
Yeah, well, how can you say no to your grandma?
Second. I don't get it. Like, the song was nothing.
If they said no, grannies, you're out of here, then you wouldn't get any cookies next time you went to visit.
Well, and they're Russian grannies, so they'd beat you with a stick.
Oh my God.
They're from old Russia. They don't mess around. And then the last one that we have that kind of stuck out to us, which honestly, it is a freaking bop.
It's great. I love it.
is called Yodel It.
Mm-hmm.
It came from Romania, placed 7th in 2017. It won Song of the Year on Radar de Media Awards in Romania.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's the weirdest combination.
Yeah, because it's basically, so it's like a duet, and it's got your boy, like, teen heartthrob looking guy.
Honestly, he looks like a Twilight vampire reject.
But kind of also like Zayn Malik.
Like the Romanian Zayn Malik.
Yeah.
If he glittered in the sun.
Sure. And then you've got this also this sweetheart teen who can yodel like nobody's business, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, and then so like his part of it is technically labeled as alt pop hip hop.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's the weirdest thing because it's just this little like country yodeler, and then this like edgy guy who like the whole time he's just like got his power stance on. Mm-hmm. He's stomping. Like, he's got his chains. He's got those leather bracelets with, like, the little metal clasps on them.
But then, like, the beat behind the yodel is just, like, it's wonderful. Yeah. I think that's what makes it so good. It's not him. Like, he's there, but, like, that's not what makes it great. It's her. Like, when she opens her mouth and yodels.
Yeah, and, like, if you watch the music video for it, it's just, like, a very tame, like, yodel-a-hoo. But, like, during the performance, she went off.
It just blows my mind that she can do that.
The vocal control to bounce back and forth like that in key to a song on beat.
It's very impressive.
It blows my mind. Yeah.
We'll be sure to put a link in our episode description so that you can also experience it.
Experience the music. And let us know your thoughts on Eurovision. Are you extremely familiar with it? Have you followed along for years? Or has this movie been your first exposure to it? Let us know on social media. We've got Twitter at the Bee's Knees Cast and Instagram and YouTube at the Bee's Knees Podcast. Feel free to slide into our DMs.
Just slide on in.
And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, rate, review, and download.
Thanks for joining us this week at the Bee's Knees Podcast, and we'll talk to you next week.